Beautiful starseeds. I'm already open a portal. I'm ready in connection with the Arcturians and a lot of beings. I want to say 80, 130. Thank you all for being here. And let me just channel whatever there's to say right now. And I love to start with this. Hey, 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 saying, ga, hey, and saying, ga, hey, 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 sahinga, hinga, singa, hey, wealea, hinga, hinga, hey, sahinga, hinga, hey, yo, hey, 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 ooh, hey, hey, ooh, ooh. Just to get in the right frequency. Beautiful starseeds. Here we are again today, beautiful to connect. There's so much support and love, and you know. But we'll keep our message beyond that, because you are aware, you know what is going on this planet, and our support. There's manipulation going on this planet, being your Earth. There's manipulation going on with the weather. There's manipulation going on in many facets and elements in your world. Now the question is, do you want to focus on that? Do you want to make that your reality in the sense that you feel fear? Do you want that to become your reality? So what is your reality? What is the reality that you want to experience? And you know all this, but we want to dive a bit deeper into it. So you get a grasp of life. You get a grasp on you. Because you might be moved around by what is happening in the world and society around you, next to you, or from within. We say this with love, that is your choice. You have chosen that, consciously or unconsciously, but you have chosen that to be your reality. So just for a moment, bear with us. What is it that you see in your reality? How about yourself? How you feel, how you perceive yourself, how you look, how you move through life, your surrounding, where you live, where you exist, the people around you, the things around you, and the wider world, the country, but then the whole planet, and all things that are happening here. There's wars, there's manipulation, there's so many things. Oh, and beautiful. The fact that this beautiful hurricane in the United States was being transformed by so many of you, by simply focusing on the good, on the love, on the reducing of that hurricane. That's the power that you have as a collective, but also as an individual. That then becomes the creation, and be no mistaken that there was still a lot of people only felt the hurricane that was destructive and have not even seen the fact that has been reversed by so many people focusing on the good there. That might be your reality of it just became it. How amazing is that? How a beautiful promise is that? What a beautiful collective manifestation there in your reality. Isn't that just uplifting and exciting? That is how powerful you are. Yes, you alone and as a collective, but it's mostly what we want to focus in, to feel how powerful your thoughts are. Now, when we talk, the hurricane is such a beautiful example. So when we look at that, when you now think of that hurricane that was supposed to destroy so much in California, but didn't, because of what has been manipulated in so many ways. It's pretty good and the bad. So how are you looking at it now? Are you looking at the destruction? Are you looking at those that want to manipulate for the worst? Are you looking at those that manipulated it in a good sense, right? In for the good? Where's your focus when you think of it? Just answer that question for me. Will you, please? I'm purely channeling here. It might look like me. It's pure channeling. I'm not so directive in that sense. But what is your answer? Where are you focused on? So that is then your reality. So that is what is real. But you'd say, no, the other thing is also real. That there was manipulation and how bad it was. And yeah, maybe that is a thing that you believe that was there. And that is your truth. We're saying there is no one truth. It is not a fact or not a fact. But you could say we can prove that. Yes. And that is then within your reality. It sounds extreme to say that. But whatever you pull into your reality and feel that is true, then that is true. And not because then the others are not right. No. Because that is their truth, whatever it is. We all have our own truth when it comes to earthly matters, let's say. There is no one truth. Let be no mistake about that. There is no one fact, because you can always prove the opposite is also true. Now you might say, but gravity is a fact. Yeah. And what about those that can elevate their body? They exist on your planet. Is not the law of gravity doesn't apply to those people, but those are exceptions. Yeah, but hey, it just showed that law you talked about is not always true. Anyway, we want to put that aside. But that is the things that you thought are facts might not always be facts. But that's okay. In your reality, they are. Go with what you want to create. So if it is so that you feel threatened by Wi-Fi signals, by the government, by AI, by chemtrails, by so many things that you could focus on, and you feel threatened by it, and you feel fearful from it, and you feel you need to protect yourself to stay healthy and away from it, and your daily life is functioning in protecting yourself, you're surviving. You feeling a threat from outside and you doing the best as you can to protect yourself from it. If that's your reality, you are living in survival. So much of me, Alice, coming through here, by the way, just so you know. It's very much a co-creation today. They're like, you're doing excellent. Go. Thank you. They will come in where they need to add something there. So if your reality is one of protecting yourself, is one of fear, is one of helplessness, is one of everything that is not standing in your power, not as a reaction to what it is. I'm a strong person, I can handle this because I need to be able to deal with the fear. It is still survival. It's still reacting to. Then that is your reality. And you have the power, and that's why we talked about the hurricane. It is one thing, and then a collective has changed it into something else. It was a hurricane, I don't know the facts, but 0.4, and then it became a 0.1, right? or a 1 or whatever. You reduced it drastically. So that then becomes the reality. And that one that it becomes stronger and will destroy is no longer your reality. And we can go back and forth about the fact, yes, but is that, if you want to keep that in, that's okay. And they are like, yeah, we are just want to tell you, you have a choice in the matter of what your reality looks like. And they like say, let's give you an example, please. Okay. I'm living in a reality where the whole hurricane, well, I'm living in Europe, so it's far away from me. But also when I hear these things about that part of it is manipulated, I hear it, I take it in. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not interested to know if it's true or not. It is in the periphery, in the side of my reality. I know it is something is there. I'm not interested simply enough to put my energy in it. Oh, that must be very different if you live in the States and on the West Coast. Don't get me wrong. It is my perspective because I'm in Europe. But we can also say that to wars and things are going on in my country. They're not entering my space. They're not entering my reality. I'm in Amsterdam since a few months after I traveled the world for 23 years. 24 by now. I keep saying 23. If it's not longer, no, 23 is correct. Living in all different places because I can, and because of work and all that. So now I'm back here in Amsterdam. And my reality could be, there's so many drug addicts, and there's people that live on the street, and there's aggression going on. I could focus on all these things. Burglaries, pickpocketing. Just city life, basically. I could focus on that. Instead, what is in my reality, and I don't even make an effort, but I meet the most beautiful people. I have the most beautiful conversations. Everyone is friendly and kind. Isn't it amazing? It is my perception. It's my creation of my reality. I can choose where I want to focus on. And in the beginning, it's a conscious choice, but I'm living in such a space that I no longer make it conscious. It's just happening. It's just my reality. And when something comes, I notice there's a war, there's a hurricane, or whatever it is, I feel for, it's not even true. I hear it, and it doesn't enter my space. And is it then, am I ignorant to keep it out? Well, what does it do if I bring it into my reality and I'm sitting with it and reading about it, and I'm reading about the war that's going on in the Middle East, and I'm reading more about it, and I feel for the people, and I cry and I'm angry and I do all that. How is that on earth going to help them? Not a single bit. It's only making it worse. The same as what happened to the hurricane. We could go in fear, but the opposite has happened, and that had such a huge impact. Me not going into that fear, but leaving it outside. Yes, I can actively send it love and do all that. What I choose to do is just keep it out of my reality and just be the light, and it will have an impact on that. Yes, maybe I would be a better person if I would meditate on that every day and send it love. I don't know. It doesn't come to my mind. It's not in my reality. I'm just living as pure as can be, most in my light, in that higher self. I'm not suppressing, I'm not suppressing things that come up. But I notice I'm not taking them into my reality. In other words, we create our own reality. All of it. And yes, if I would have a discussion with you, if there were extraterrestrials or that are negative and trying to do things on this planet, yes, we can have a whole conversation about it, and I have information about it, yes. And then I might feel a bit bad about it. So how has that helped me in any way? We can have that discussion, and sometimes it's interesting to have that and exchange information. But realize if any of those conversations make you feel smaller, contracted and fearful and all that, how is that serving you really? Right? But you would say, but we must be against and we fight for something, and perhaps that's your reality. Go with it if that feels good to you. I'm just saying, do whatever. Like, there's no judgment, really no judgment to how your reality looks like. But just the realization for you here is, I can create my reality exactly the way I choose it to be. And might be a reality that you want to demonstrate and fight for something, and that feels good, then by all means do so. But check in if that feels good. You would say, but otherwise nothing ever changes. I believe that the reality we create, the shining our light, being ourselves, the more we can be ourselves, that creates a reality. That is a constant light that beams out, that has the same effect of making a hurricane 4 to a hurricane 1, and maybe diminish it by a totally no hurricane whatsoever. And then worldwide, that is your impact, your stamp on this world, bringing your light, but only when you're that yourself, and only when you can focus on that loving vibration. And I want to end with this. Whatever you choose in your reality is excellent, but just know it's a choice. And also know that whenever you feel a contraction or a fear or anything like that, it is your choosing. The power in that is you can change your choosing. Yeah, probably. You can change what you choose and expand more. Really feel in your body is what you do, a contraction or expansion. And if it is a contraction and that's not what you prefer, you have free will. You can be in contraction and depression and anything that you like to be. You might want to choose the expansion. And it starts with, I have a choice. And what then about when I'm depressed? I don't have a choice, Alice. I'm depressed. It is really heavy, leaning on me, depressing me, depleting me. The thoughts that you have chosen that, and there's probably very good reasons why you choose to be depressed. Because you didn't want the action out. You needed to go inside. You needed to contemplate. You needed to withdraw from life. Probably started as a kid when you thought withdrawing was the safest way to go about it. You have that still as a pattern. Most likely, not everyone, but often that's the case with depression, right? The power here is that you choosing this at this moment. That sucks, right? That sucks. What? Me? No, it is. But that's where the power lies. If you chose this, you can choose something else. So maybe start thinking, what else do I want to choose? And then what do I need to believe for that to be true? That's beyond what we want to convey today. Today is just getting this in your mind that you have a choice in the matter. And then please be so mild and loving to yourself that you don't know how to choose or what to choose and don't know how to shift or do all that. That comes later. First is the choice. And then don't beat yourself up if your reality is not reflecting that yet. But you choosing another reality, you choosing not to allow and give meaning to all these things that are coming to you, is a powerful first steps. So first use your thought in that and come more home to your light, right? So yes, Alice here. I'm doing a 5-day free journey that I do. I think I might do them every 2 months. I work very intuitive. That's how it feels now. Might be in February, say this is the last. I don't know. There's one always coming up, so just check it out. at my website, aliceoroda.com, for the next 5 days, where you're tapping into your light. You start feeling your light and becoming that more. You're always it, but it feels like that. And bringing that into your life. That is the power of the 5 days. Bringing your light, connecting with it, feeling you are it, and then bring it into your daily life. There's no meditation, there's no breath work, there's nothing probably of what you've done so far. It is absolutely practical, spiritual psychology, what we're going to do there. So you are more connected to your higher self, live from your higher self, and bring that into your life. Because it's about your life. It's about living your light in your life. Is there anything you want to say still? They're like, Alice, you were on a roll. Yeah, I took over quite a bit. And they loved it, so yeah. And when I say that, I don't need permission for them to love it, what I say. It is just that what I say is pure, and it's aligned with what they would have said. In that way, I'm happy that it comes out like that. I don't need, I just want to give that, I don't need permission of what I do, what I say, what I bring into the world, because I'm a sovereign being. But I do that very much in co-creation with. And you might say I'm pointing out because it's very much the Arcturians and all the other extraterrestrial beings that are here right now. But it's very much the co-creation with the human and the higher self, or very much the wisdom from my higher self that comes into all that I do. I think this video is long enough. I think we need to end here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for tuning into this. And if this is what you like, please give it a thumbs up. That's really helping this to the algorithm and more people to see it, and subscribe to the channel and share this with anyone that you think might enjoy this content as well. I'm here next week. Love to see you then. Much, much love. Bye-bye.